Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. Do you know what? 7:25 on a Sunday morning, Sunday the 27th of September. I don't suppose anybody be up yet. Is it just me? Is there just me up in the world? Surely not. But you might well be having a bit of a lie-in. Um, I was thinking about what to say today, and I was thinking about how I shaped my weekends. I was thinking about what I did yesterday and what I'm planning to do today. And it got me thinking about something I've talked about a bit before, I suppose, setting your attention to something. And thinking about approach goals rather than avoidance goals. And it got me to think about how I used to consider weekends and how I consider them now. And I've always considered weekends as being the thing that you get to recover from the previous week. So you soldier on all week resolutely to get to Friday, and then you get your weekend, and the weekend's yours, and you recover from last week. And this relies on a thing that I'm not really a big fan of, which is this idea of kind of work-life balance. This idea that we kind of give ourselves up Monday to Friday to whoever to get some cash, because that's what we work for, don't we? We exchange our time in this capitalist world we live in. We exchange our time for money, and then we go out on a weekend and spend that money or whatever, or pay the mortgage or do whatever with it. But at the end of the day, it helps us live, doesn't it? So that's the world we live in. So that's fair enough. But when you set up work and life as kind of opposites to each other, as work as the thing you need to get out the way to get at life, well, I think you're selling yourself short, really, aren't you? Because then you're giving up, for most of us, giving up 5 days of your week to get 2 days. And one of the things about flow, I suppose, is about getting pleasure from every moment. Mahali Csikszentmihalyi says this, that to get into flow, you've got to find pleasure and enjoyment in every moment. And I think that's true. And I know that's difficult. I know that's difficult at work, because sometimes you've just got stuff to do at work that really it's difficult, or you're not that interested in doing it. Every job's like that, isn't it? Every job's like that. Every job has stuff that's really great to do, and bits of the role that are difficult, or just they just get in the way. I love the lecturing element of my job, but I hate all the paperwork that sits behind it. Writing module guides and writing module studies board reports and all that kind of thing. What a pain. But it needs to be done. It's part of the job. It's part of the job, and you just have to accept that it's part of the job. So yeah. So anyway, work-life balance I don't like the idea of. I like the idea of trying to get something out of every moment of life. I think that's important. And that gets me around to what I started with, which is setting our attention for the weekend. Remember, I said last week, I think, setting your attention and setting your intention. So setting your intention is what's this weekend for, so that I can set my attention to things that I need to do. And for me, I've made this psychological shift, and a lot of what I talk about is about playing little psychological games with ourselves and little psychological tricks that keep us motivated, I suppose. And lots of the things I talk about are that kind of thing. And I've got this little trick which works for me, which is that the weekend isn't about recovering from last week. It's about resting and recovering for next week. And I think that's quite important. I think that shifts the psychology of what the weekend's about. It becomes less about slumping in the chair or whatever, because you deserve this break from the torture of last week, and it becomes more about going, right, well, let's make sure that I'm ready for next week. Let's make sure that I'm ready to face whatever next week throws at me or has to offer me. So by taken rest and recuperation seriously over the weekend by doing something that recharges your batteries, plugging yourself in to kind of top yourself up. If we do that, then we are ready for next week. Yeah. And a lot of what I do, little things that I do, are just about setting things up ready so that everything kind of falls into place next week. So today, for example, sad as this sounds, I'll plan my exercise and I'll plan the meals that we're going to have on an evening next week, because that just kind of makes things flow a bit better. So have a think about that. Have a think about kind of how you view your weekend. Are you viewing your weekend as recovery from, or are you viewing your weekend as recovery to? So, because I think one of them sets a negative avoidance goal. I'm going to avoid doing things because I deserve to not be doing things because I've been doing things all week. Or do you set yourself an approach goal, which is, I am going to approach this weekend positively so that I get to do what I need to do to be completely and utterly ready for next week, so that I can have a good week. It's that thing that I say all the time: a good day starts the previous day, a good week starts the previous week. So how you go about your weekend is going to directly influence how good and productive your next week is. So have great Sundays, rest and recover, and no doubt we'll see you on a morning next week as well. Okay.